Yo, what's going on? It's your main man Humvee.
It's your boy DB.
And this is the Truckcast episode number 4. We in the 40s.
44.
Hold on, is it 44?
45. Episode 45. Episode 45.
45 of the Truckcast. And you know what we do. We talk about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about finding love. How to stay in love for longer than 60 days. Longer than 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
That is nothing, you guys. 60 days. Oh my goodness. I know my paper guy now.
But look, 60 days is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
It's a big deal. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what we do here. So thank everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook. Make sure you follow us. SoundCloud, IG,
Snapchat,
Facebook,
Twitter. Did you say Twitter?
I said everything. I said everything. And make sure you keep emailing us. Truckcast2018@gmail.com. Truckcast2018@gmail.com. As you can see, we have a guest in the back of the truck tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yay.
Psychotherapist Mary Jo Rapini is in the truck. Go ahead. Mary Jo, what's going on?
I'm happy to be here. I think this is awesome. Before Christmas, no less. And
See? Yes.
you know, we end the year on a power note
Right.
and hopeful, encouraging all of you with your relationships.
That's what I'm talking
We're going to try and fix these two
about.
first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I gotta be fixed.
Yeah,
break-
I think so.
She's gonna break
Parts
people
of
down.
you.
And that
It's okay. It's okay, DB. We're all broken.
yeah, we had a talk, and you know, she had us. We'll talk about it.
Thanks all the Facebook fans
Right.
for tuning in, all the YouTube guys. Hey guys, get ready to ask questions.
Definitely.
Mary Jo is very open and she's gonna give you honest answers. So
Definitely.
you guys better be ready to throw those questions all out there. Let's go.
Yeah.
My cousin said DB needs all the help he can get.
Oh.
We're gonna block her. That's block
Okay.
my cousin. Block her.
Ah.
Thank you. She's
Bow.
blocked.
Okay.
Kidding, we don't block her.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mary Jo, go ahead and give us a little background on you, real quick.
Tell 'em about
Okay, well, I'm a psychotherapist and I work with media. I work with Fox 26.
Okay.
And I write for the Houston Chronicle and I write for Prime Living. I write for Insider. I write for Cosmo. I write for Women's Health. I write for Men's Health. And I work as an intimacy sex therapist in my private practice, working with couples in relationships that are struggling. And I have a partner who is a urologist and heads up the sexual dysfunction unit at Baylor College of Medicine.
Wow.
Sexual
So
dysfunction.
we work together and as well as apart. My office is very close to here, so this is very convenient. And I'm here. I am licensed, and so I'm going to give you professional advice. You're really lucky you tuned in because you get an hour of free therapy.
Yes, our free therapy.
Is expensive.
Courtesy of the Truckcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary Jo.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Mary
well, thanks
Jo.
for dinner, guys.
You know,
by the
no
way.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Who doesn't like tacos?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, let's go ahead and get to it. We got a truck
Truck
fashion.
fashion, y'all. Open it.
Thank you. You ready?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Humvee and DB. I
What's
have
up?
2 women. We'll call them Macy and Gracie that I'm dealing with. No, I'm not claiming either one, but I'm not sure on which one to choose if it came down to it. My car broke down last month and both ladies knew about it, and the one that came to my aid was the one that I kind of like. But she just went up in points because she just let me have her car for about 3 weeks until mine got fixed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That'll go up in points. This was Macy. She is very domestic. Everything that any guy would want in a woman, she got it. But she is not physically attractive to me. Now, Gracie is cool too. She doesn't do all the other things that Macy does, but I am physically attracted to her. The one flaw is her attitude. She rubs me the wrong way on a lot of things. Macy, I can talk to, but Gracie is like going to the job that you hate but enjoy the pay. So what should I do? Signed, Lost in Translation. Wasn't that in the movie, Lost in Translation?
That's a movie, yeah. I never seen it.
He should break up with both of them, and he should get his life together. Because this guy is basically out there looking for another he's half a man. I mean, for one thing, if he's dating two different women and making what they do for him a deciding factor in whether or not he wants to be with them,
Right.
That's really sick, man. That's a guy who has low character.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, I would have a hard time even respecting him. That,
Wow.
you know, I think he's got to get his self-respect back and do some work on himself. He doesn't sound like he sounds like a serial dater.
Wow.
Yeah, we have no idea what that is.
Yeah, somebody that just, you know, no intention, just
Right.
see what I can get from the ladies.
Goodness.
He's a user.
He's a user.
He's a user.
Wow.
And I
Manipulator.
would love to just talk to him for a little while.
So like, so now you see a guy that does things like that.
Right.
What do you think internally, or something maybe you want with that type of person?
He's weak. He's really a weak person. He has a misinterpreted idea of what love is, and he'll probably use sex as a recreational sex rather than keeping it something between two people and sacred. And,
Right. Makes
You know.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we don't do that here in the Truckcast. Because we are men of love.
I hope so, guys.
Yes, we
I
are.
really,
we are.
really
We are.
hope
Mary
so.
Jo, we are.
Yeah.
We're becoming.
Okay.
We're becoming.
I
Yeah.
would have gave you some advice, but Mary Jo is a licensed professional, as she just did.
Mary
Yeah.
Jo said,
Get rid of
lost in
both of 'em.
translation, get rid of both of them.
Get rid of both
Go
of
see a
them. Work on
counselor.
you.
Work on you.
Yep.
Mary
Wow.
Jo, signature and signed and delivered.
Right. And you didn't even have to pay me because
Free.
they brought me on.
Tacos get you free advice.
Yes.
Good advice, too.
Right. We give them taco.
Yeah.
That's right.
You got a PSA, anything like that?
Well, my PSA is, ladies, if you have a guy out there that's bending over backwards for you, he's doing the most, like he's doing everything a man should, make sure that you're showing him appreciation as well. Do you agree with that?
That's so important. Absolutely.
I knew I was licensed. I knew.
I just think
High five.
appreciation is the most important thing that you can show your spouse. And ladies, guys really will go the extra mile when you appreciate them. In fact, it's one of the love languages for the majority of men to feel
Acts of service, right?
respected and appreciated.
Man,
You might say, well, you know, I'm not going to appreciate them because they don't thank me for cleaning the house or taking
I
care
do.
of the kids. You know what? That's different. You need other things. Maybe they take you out. Maybe they should still be appreciative.
Right.
But for women, we have a different love language. We need to be desired. We need to be showed off. We need to have attention. And it's a real big difference.
women love attention.
They love
Women
that.
love
attention.
They claim they
their
don't, but they do.
man's attention. They need their man's
right.
attention. So if he's ignoring them or not telling them how fine they look, somebody else will.
Well, mine, no, I tell her how fine she look.
Yeah, you tell her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why
that's good.
are you talking like that, Mary Jo? Why? Yeah, you do.
Well, because I'm making sure.
Yeah.
Like, okay, are you lying?
Mary Jo really thinks I'm a
No,
bad guy.
Yes.
Mary Jo, do you really think I'm a bad guy?
No, I don't. But I question every man's intention.
Okay.
And I do it because men aren't used to talking honestly and intimately. And that means I always have to go back and go, really? Because I see mostly men as clients.
Right.
So men have a whole different language.
Yeah.
Believe me, ladies.
So it's true.
They talk different. When wives say things to husbands, the guy never responds, and he looks at me and goes, "What does she mean?" I have to reinterpret it.
Right.
This is what she meant in your language.
Well, I mean, I don't hate that. How girls say learn. They want you to learn them instead of ask them.
Yes.
They want you to learn them. So yeah, I do agree with that.
That's
You
why
do?
I do.
I,
You don't?
No.
They
I
should-
like. No.
So you would rather you would rather the guy ask the girl instead of like going on a little treasure hunt or whatever.
what's right?
Yeah, I
Trying to
want
figure
him
out-
to ask me because it shows respect and.
Well, of course
and
we
it
ask
also
those things, but you know.
means that he wants to please me. He wants me to be happy, and I think women should be more direct.
Okay, so
They
women
should be.
Women should be more direct.
Absolutely, they kind of hint around. He should know. He shouldn't know anything. He doesn't. He's not aware of most of the things. He can't read women's minds.
Right. At
Not
all.
mind
And
readers,
women-
ladies.
At all.
Women say all the time, you know what? He's been with me forever, Mary Jo. He should know. He knows. I have news for you. It's in one ear, out the other.
I
for a lot
should
of guys.
know.
Yeah.
Mary Jo say I should know, but I don't know because Mary Jo say I don't know. So stop telling me I should know. I don't know because Mary Jo said so.
That's right. You have
Come
to
on.
tell them.
Oh my God.
Aren't you guys so relieved?
That's
that
like- that's like
another
a-
woman said that.
It's like, it came off my shoulders, man.
Right.
Like I don't know
Right.
what it is, but it's off. Like
Right.
the monkey's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's real. A lot of
No,
women
no.
they want you to. You should just know what's wrong. No, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I can't
Right.
read your mind. I'm not
Right.
Professor X. You know, I can't
And when
go
they
into
go
your
and
mind.
pout,
Right.
Oh yeah, or
I'm
so.
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I try to ask, but after that doesn't work, I follow the routine. I follow what you do, and then once it finally comes out and it happens again, I know what to do.
Yes.
And then I guess that's where the saying goes: "Happy wife, happy life."
Yes.
That's where it goes.
Why is it happy husband, happy life?
And it shouldn't be like that. So we should break that right now.
Well, actually, I think for a man to please his wife, if the wife is happy, she will do anything for that guy. She will brag about him to her friends. She will be loyal to him. She will do anything for him.
I think I'm not coming to cut you
No.
off. I think one of the biggest compliments that a guy can get from a woman is when she brags to you about her friends. I
Oh.
always thought that.
Yep.
It's like if she's going around bragging to her friends about you.
Right.
I'm not saying sexually, but I mean just like the things you do for her mentally,
Right.
and you know as a
How great you
how
are.
great
Yeah.
you are. That's like if she's saying that, then that goes bigger. That goes farther along than her telling you like I love you or I care for you, because like you're not even there and you're on her mind. That's how I
Right.
think about
Yes.
it. And she's talking about you to people who really don't care about
Yeah.
what you do. So she's boasting and bragging on you. Like you gotta think about that. Think about that. Like I'm out with you. I'm telling you about my girl.
Right.
Like that's gonna be like, man, she must really got the, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
we out doing
Right.
watching football, you know, doing backflips, you know. So it's like that's really
Right.
crazy.
And
man.
she loves the fact
Right.
that you can send her something and it just be on a Wednesday. You know,
like being romantic,
Just random.
random,
Yeah,
Random
that's
acts of
awesome.
random act of random acts of
awesome.
romance,
I like doing
guys.
that. I like doing
And
that.
one of the things that
And no, it's not edible arrangements.
Yeah, but you know what? One of the things that I see guys tell me is when we're at a party or something, and he's, you know, my man is with me, so she's with him, and she says in front of a whole bunch of people while he's standing there, he is the best. Like DB or Humvee is the best, and you're standing
I
there,
agree.
so you can hear it. That man, that just builds a man up.
does.
And
It
you know
does,
what?
it does.
He will be that man. He will be a better guy. But I hear a lot of women gossiping bad about their partner and
Ladies.
about their man. And just like, you know, you can build them up, you can also tear them
Tear
down.
him down.
Definitely.
And then pretty soon your friends don't like this guy and they've got an idea about him. And
A bad idea because he's really a great guy because all guys are great.
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. I wouldn't have a job if all guys were great.
So effective communication it plays a big part.
Absolutely.
You got to be straight up. Straight up, now tell me. Remember that song?
Yes, I love
Is that
that
Gloria
song.
Estefan?
That's Paula Abdul, fool.
Sorry, my bad.
Straight up, now tell.
I still like her.
I think I like her too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We do not own rights to that song, by
Right.
the way. We do
At
not
all.
own rights to that song.
So look, we were talking about inside Christian Tailgate. Make sure you guys come out every Tuesday. Taco Tuesday goes down in a major way.
5114 Kirby.
Yeah. How do men handle aggressive women? And that was a question Mary Jo asked for us, so we need to answer it. How do I handle an aggressive woman? I mean,
Are women more aggressive?
I
you-
think nowadays, I think
But when you say aggressive, like, what do you mean? Like aggressive, like
in
it's her
the approach.
pursuing me?
Yeah.
Like trying to get to know a guy? That type of aggression?
And being like outward and, like dressing in a real, provocative way, like they're half dressed and then,
That's called aggressive.
yeah.
Do we like that? We all for
Or
sure.
how do you deal with it? What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, if me personally, I do like an aggressive woman. I think that's attractive to me. But I mean, it's the way she handles herself. Like a woman can be aggressive and also be respectful at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wouldn't want her to be overly like dressed all disrespectfully, with her private parts hanging out. That's not what I'm not aiming for.
Right.
Even though it's okay to look at, I am a guy. We are visual beings.
Does make sense.
But I want a woman to to at least allow me to create my own imagination in those type of environments. So yes, I would like a woman to come to me and like say, hi, I think you're an attractive guy, and just like I would have a problem with that, because me as being a man, I'm confident enough in myself that I can handle that situation. Now there are some guys that I have talked to, they don't like that. I don't want to be a woman to come up to and talk to me, and I feel like those men are like, I
They're
don't know.
old fashioned, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're too traditional. And I think maybe even in dating, traditional ways are becoming outdated. So that's why women should maybe even be a little aggressive.
Yeah,
Why
there's
not?
nothing wrong with that.
Why not?
Where did this drink come from? Her down there, like that.
Yeah, but what if they demand a lot? Like, what about intimately and sexually when a woman is really aggressive?
Like as far as the amount of
Initiate.
time.
Yeah, I've had guys in therapy lately tell me, when somebody does that, they assume that if you're the guy, if you're a real guy, you should be, like into that, want that.
Right, definitely.
And but sometimes the guys say, I don't want that, and I don't want her to assume that I'm not all man, that I'm, that I'm not into, her looks or anything like that. I just want to build a different kind of relationship. So I think what happens is if you're intentionally dating, maybe you don't go for, or maybe that's one of those things you go, too aggressive, too pushy.
Right.
Because
right.
with that behavior, many times those same women are pushy.
Okay.
Not only in one area, the physical area, but in other areas too.
Yes, and you notice
They
that.
try to close the circle too much. Well, you're mine, and
So they become aggressive, like he's mine, don't touch him.
right,
So they become aggressive other ways.
and then they get
I like a
really
possessive
jealous
woman.
and.
A little Ikesh.
I like a little possession. I always said that though.
Right,
on the show.
right.
I like a woman like, he's my man, that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I like that. I wouldn't have a problem. I think because I can handle that situation, because the way I am, I can handle that. But I would like a woman to that's my man.
But I mean,
claim him.
you wouldn't. She's talking about like aggressive, not like a little. Yeah, he's mine. Like pretty much women do that anyway.
Right.
But she's talking about like aggressively
Like,
taking you away from the fun
like
of
you
hanging out
look
with the
at-
guys or something.
You
you know?
you start looking at other women or anything like that.
And she
and
just snapped like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not. I don't like that. No man.
And like me about the when I was asking you about the what was it? Oh, what's going on? You good?
Aw, that's so sweet. Bye.
When I was asking you about that one text message that I missed, and she blew up on me.
Yeah.
Like that's aggressive.
That's aggressive?
That's aggressive for her.
Yeah. Well, she was reacting to something. I'm pretty sure with that. Like, if somebody goes ballistic when you miss one text message and you hadn't had a history of that
At all.
then that to me says, you know, she's been hurt, or she's still testing you, or she might have felt neglected by you.
Right.
Anyway, and then when you did that could have been the last straw. You know, sometimes people lose touch with each other.
Right.
You know, they're in a relationship, but they stop paying attention. And, you know, everything about love is in the small details.
So you think that she thought I wasn't paying attention by not, so she's going to take initiative and bounce.
Yeah.
So that's what I got to look out for. Okay. All right.
Are you still with her?
Yeah, but I'm a bounce.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mary Jo.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Calm down.
My bad.
Well, you know, it's good that you're still with her. Because if she went ballistic with one, then she's got good self-respect.
It just happened. We just started talking like a month ago.
But
So it's still early.
But doesn't that mean she likes him? Like,
oh, yeah.
Or
she's
am I
invested.
taking it wrong?
No, she's
invested
in you.
Okay.
When a woman invests in a man, you hurt him. You let him down. You're in big trouble.
After 30 days? Good.
30 days is 30 days. Do you see her every day?
No, not every day.
So how often do you see her?
Not often enough.
Because I know you
not
don't.
often.
Yeah,
Not
see,
often.
if you don't
Not
see her
often.
often enough,
Not often.
So you want to get some questions from the viewers?
We might as well. Let's go ahead.
If you guys, Facebook land, YouTube land, I always point the wrong way. If you guys have questions for Mary Jo, here is your chance.
Right.
To get free counseling from a licensed LPC. Did I just say that?
LPC.
LPC.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought I said.
He has an axe.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask the questions. Like we go read the questions. We have actually a lot of people watching. Make sure you guys write your questions in the comments.
Right.
And we're gonna pick out questions, and Miss Mary Jo will license. I'm
gonna
Mary
give you
Jo.
a therapeutic
answer. Absolutely.
Not
Real
a
quick.
Humvee and DB.
Oh Lord.
Well, I have a question. Thoughts on sharing issues in your relationship with other people
Oh man.
outside of,
That's a no-no.
That's a no-no?
You can't
Keep it in-house.
Keep it in the house. Have
All right.
good boundaries. Do you know when people are bipolar or sometimes mentally ill, one of the first ways you'll know is their boundaries are messed up.
Right.
And you don't want that. You want good boundaries so that what's private, so your partner can trust you.
Right.
Because a lot of times what ends up happening otherwise is your partner doesn't, they're like, I'm never going to tell him something again. That's so personal.
Let's go. Oh, is that Michelle? Hey, Michelle. Sorry, people driving.
You got a lot of good friends
People,
coming by.
farmer friend. Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh,
you brought him out, Mary Jo.
Yeah,
you brought him
I
out.
think you guys did with your big spotlight on your truck.
I think you bring people out, Mary Jo.
Yeah,
okay, Mary Jo, I got some questions. We're gonna ask one. We have one person. She said, "Ask Mary Jo, what does she think about a man asking a woman to pay on a date?" Mary Jo thinks a woman should always pay on a date. Okay, next question.
You never,
Sorry.
you never pay on a date, ladies. You never pay on a date. He asked you out. I'm assuming he pays for the date.
Well,
and
what if
don't
she
give him your
asked?
credit card.
Okay, but if she asks you out,
Because these aggressive women.
these aggressive women, Mary Jo.
If she asks you out, then she should pay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
Yes, definitely.
If you ask someone out for coffee,
Right.
it's assumed you're gonna pay. You ask them out for
You
dinner,
hear that, ladies?
assumes you're
You
gonna
want to
pay.
drink my coffee? You go pay for it.
So don't ask them out, ladies. Let them ask you out if you want them to pay.
Oh.
That's the
Okay,
way
but
it is.
if a lady is interested in the guy, she wants to get his attention. What's wrong with her asking?
Well, then she's got to pay to take you out.
Okay.
She got to
And
pay to play.
besides, You
gotta
know why I wouldn't do that? Because I feel like there's very few ways guys can kind of show you their character very quickly. And so I wouldn't take that away from him. Like, I think the guy should ask her out.
Okay.
And it's not because I'm old-fashioned or anything like that. It's like, I'm looking for character.
Makes sense.
You know, take a move, know what you want. Every woman wants a confident guy. If you see something you like, go up there and ask him out. But know you're going to pay for it. You know, you set the tone, you set it where it is. You can meet her at Jack in the Box. She probably won't go again. But
I mean,
Well, she probably like
everybody loves
Applebee's.
tacos.
Everybody love
Now,
Applebee's.
tell about the bites.
Applebee's. Bites.
Yeah. Tell about bites.
Okay, well, we call bites
definition.
dates. We call bites dates here at the Truckcast.
Right.
Like the first bite would be maybe at a bar. You know, we have a drinks, open up.
Preferably Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
Open up, you know, because I
Okay.
feel like once you get a woman in a setting, nice intimate setting, which is a great Applebee's.
Right.
And it's affordable, and you have a couple of drinks, like you know, you become the you know open up a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
talk, and then that's
Relax.
get the exactly
Right,
relaxation. Get and then the second day you may do, I don't know what. I already,
So, you guys, what is your second date?
oh man.
Like, I want to know
we
when
don't
you're
wanna-
going to take her to Zaza's or when you're going to take her down.
If she going to Zaza, she's wifey.
No.
No.
Sorry, man.
Zaza's?
What is Zaza? I ain't never heard of Zaza.
I'm going to
Zaza's downtown.
for
What's Zaza?
dinner and drinks.
They did $100 a plate?
You haven't heard of the Monarch Room at Zaza's? I mean,
That's
where
downtown.
the man's going to
Like,
take
that's
you.
for New Year's.
No.
They having a party there at New Year's. I got the email.
Okay, you can go there for New Year's too, but you can go there on a date. They even have breakfast.
Okay, so maybe
Yeah.
we're a little being, let's say, frugal.
Yeah,
in
you
that
guys.
area.
I mean, Hotel Zaza do cost
But I
though.
like Applebee's. I think Applebee's is good.
So you like Applebee's?
Mary Jo likes Applebee's.
All right,
I like
that's what
Applebee's.
counts.
Okay, I wouldn't say no to a second date with someone who took me to Applebee's.
So Mary Jo, so do you agree that it like a woman will date a guy as long as he's putting forth some effort? It's not always about where he takes her.
Right.
It's as long as he's putting forth an effort.
And effort.
It is genuine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Has to be
Yes.
genuine.
So it doesn't have to be Zaza, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Because remember we
It's
were
gonna be
talking
Zaza's.
earlier about generosity. Remember?
Right.
We were saying that generosity is more than giving
Right.
money.
Right.
It's about the way you give your time.
Right.
You know, the way you'll sacrifice, okay, I really don't want to go down to the opera, but I'll go if it makes you happy. Or I really don't want to go watch basketball, but if you're happy, I'll go watch basketball.
Okay.
It's a sacrificing your time and what you'd rather do for somebody else.
Is having a deal breaker a bad thing in relationships?
I don't think so. I like deal breakers. I mean,
Okay.
there's some things that you should, that should be deal breakers. Like for some people, a deal breaker is that whoever they're going to date has to believe in a God. So an atheist would be like if you met an atheist, it might be the nicest person in the world. But if they don't have a faith, they don't believe in a God, you just go, you know what, I just can't do this relationship.
That is a deal breaker.
You know,
I'm sorry, a religion?
religion, well, you
Not
know,
so
your
much
belief
religion.
in God. Yeah.
Spirituality.
It's,
So a person without a spirituality can't have a successful relationship?
no, what I'm saying is that could be a deal breaker. If
Okay.
you set that in your head as, you know what, if he or she is an atheist, they don't believe in God, I don't think I would date that kind of
Right,
person.
okay.
Now
Or
it may
for-
come up though.
It may come up. It should probably come up. You know, when you're kind of dating,
Right.
what do you believe in? What do you think? And you can usually get at it by saying, what do you think happens to you when you die? Most people say, well, you know, they'll talk a little bit about their faith. I think another deal breaker is, you know, if you know that this guy or this woman has been married more than once.
More than once.
More than once.
That's wow. More
For
than once.
me, that is a deal breaker.
Mary Jo said it, so.
Yeah. I know people who have been married 2 and 3 times, but I can tell you.
Well, I've only been married once.
Yeah. So
I'm
you
still
would
good.
not. You're still good.
Okay, I'm still good.
So I basically, if somebody's been married multiple times and divorced, they know how to do it.
Right.
And they're less likely to commit and say, you know what, I married you for life. We can work through any issue.
There you go.
You know, I mean, you're either in it
Right.
all the way or you're not. You
Right.
got one leg out waiting to see how it goes.
Right.
Forget that. That never works.
Okay, Mary Jo, they ask, how do we learn to effectively communicate in a relationship?
Wow, it just depends on what area you're trying to, what area you're really trying to grow in.
Right,
Like, you know, I have a lot of people who don't know how to be angry together. They don't, anger is not allowed. And you know what happens if you suppress anger? If you're angry, if you don't have if you can't express it in a reasonable way,
Right.
you're going to end up getting resentful. And I think that happens a lot with women. They hold stuff in.
Bingo.
Or they start doing mean things. Like they use sex
Right.
as a weapon. Sometimes they'll use the kids as a weapon. And men do that too. But
Right.
men usually have more trouble managing their anger, their physical anger.
That's true.
And
Right.
they scare their partner,
Right,
or they
right.
it can get out of control, and they'll do something destructive to the relationship.
Why'd you look at me like that?
I just looked at you. You're sitting here, I have to look at you. Okay. One of my viewers say, studies say that women prefer emotional security over financial security. What are your thoughts of the Truckcast?
Wow.
What are your thoughts of that, Mary Jo?
Okay. I think the number one thing for women is that they find someone they can emotionally connect with. I think when women emotionally connect, they're more likely to sexually connect and feel loyalty and begin trusting. For men, it's usually just the opposite. They really don't trust someone or feel connected until they have physical intimacy. But that doesn't need to be sex. It can be, you know, I think this whole culture has taken sex to a really unhealthy place. It's become recreational. And it no longer holds any of the deep value or essence. Sex is supposed to be, you know, built up to. You're not supposed
Right.
to, you know, like people are now, by the third date, or, you know, that's insane. Who made those stupid rules? I'm a sex therapist.
It just happens.
She's a sex
Yeah.
therapist, by
But
the way.
it happens.
It happens, but that's what I'm saying. The self-discipline comes.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
if it's somebody you really like, you say, wait a minute, you know, let's take it slow, because I really like you, and I'd like to try and make this work.
Okay.
And the longer, we know in studies, research has shown again and again that couples who have a deeper friendship first end up being much closer
Right.
committed. And the sooner, like basically, the more you put off sex, the more likely your relationship's going to make it. Because otherwise, the relationship's all about sex.
What
And-
you say?
I didn't say anything.
And you guys, what did you say, DB?
I don't.
So we should scratch out. Or not scratch out. We should add back in the what Steve Harvey book, the 90-day rule. We should add that in.
90-day rule?
You think
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
To
he
wait
made a book.
days?
Yeah, 90 days.
Basically, within 6 months to a year, you really know a person.
Okay.
But
I agree.
unfortunately, most people get weeded out the first time they have sex.
Yes, they do.
How do you handle your family not accepting your mate?
Wow, that is God, I wish I had these on video. Ask Mary Jo.
You do, Mary Jo. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
shout
I
out to
don't- I
everybody.
wanted to
All the
do that,
Truckcasters
man.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the
Yeah.
answer. Thank you.
That is a really good question. I think the most important thing is when people judge your partner, it's done out of fear or ignorance, unless it's your mother. Your
Right.
mother usually has really good insight.
That intuition. Huh?
It's
They know.
intuition, and she knew you from the womb.
Right.
So if your mother doesn't like someone you're dating, and this is for girls and guys,
right.
you should really listen.
My mom only didn't like one of the girls I didn't date.
For real?
Yeah. Every other girl she liked.
Well, that's good.
Well, you know, and I think what I see more is when you get married and then your in-laws pick on you or they don't like you, and then their son or their wife, their daughter, doesn't stick up for their partner. They join the parents in picking on you.
Right.
That's wrong.
That's wrong when you gotta take sides.
That's right. When you have a partner and you take them home, if your parents, and you're already married, like you've been through the whole thing and you got married, then if your parents say something disrespectful to your partner or disrespectful to them or to you about them, you know what? You got to take up for your partner.
You got to.
I have a PSA. I'm gonna need my cousin Alicia to stop talking about my family.
What?
On the show, please, Alicia, stop calling the family crazy. We are not crazy. Please stop. I thought I blocked her.
Oh,
She's still getting through. She
it.
must have that family unblock button. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we have more questions, Mary Jo. They want their accent away.
It's good. I feel like I'm really doing something.
You're doing
You
a great
are.
job.
Definitely.
You
Definitely.
are. And you're helping me out because
Oh, great.
I'm greatness everywhere.
You already helped me out.
You guys
Shot me
need
down.
a lot of help.
God,
you know that.
God.
Come on, Mary.
I know. That's the reason you guys both.
You already shot me down.
I told you
tripping.
I'm going to take a ride with you.
Mary Jo has already told
I think I'll
us
have you
that we need therapy.
Right.
Yes.
When she first saw me, she said, boom. What did I do?
I love them, but
Okay.
they need help.
Are you serious? Who does this?
Don't call while we're on the show.
Don't call.
She's watching.
Right.
She's watching.
Don't call.
Don't call while we're on the show.
God, what are you doing?
Okay. What is the
She
story?
wants to ask me a question.
Right. You know,
She's watching the show.
watching the show.
What?
I love her. I
That's
just
your
think you
sister.
should ask her.
She wants to answer a question. We'll get to your question. Okay. What is the starting process of getting to know what you truly want out of a relationship? What is the starting process of getting to know what you truly want out of a relationship?
That is a great question. You know why? Because what you truly want keeps changing. Because a relationship is alive, and you're alive, and you keep. Like I got married when I was 20, and I'm still with the guy.
Whoa.
And I've been 7 different women in that relationship.
Okay.
I wanted different things from him, and thank God he was older and more mature than I. So he was able to kind of change and become part of what I needed at each step, and I hope I was for him too.
Wow. That's amazing right there.
Yeah.
7 different women, so he cheated 6 times.
I think every woman, I think when you get married, that's the key to keeping it good. You have to keep being different women.
Right. So
Yeah. I date him, and every one of you ladies watching this, you got to date
You
your
gotta
man.
date.
When you're married.
Say it again.
Dating him.
I used to preach that, but a lot of people didn't.
No, it's really true. And guys, what you need to do is, instead of always making him plan the date, take turns. Women should plan it, and you're going to have different kind of ideas.
Right.
And instead of your partner saying, I don't want to do that, you go, is it going to make you happy? They say, yeah. Say, okay,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right.
Let's have fun.
They want you to elaborate on when you say it takes 6 to 12 months to get to know a guy.
Yeah.
To know a person, they want you. Can you elaborate?
Sure.
Elaborate.
6 to 12 months is when you truly, psychologically, you know the person. You've got a very good idea of them. So this is one reason people that preach abstinence, they tell you to wait at least 6 months, because by 6 months, you usually... most people have patterns that are pretty predictable. You can pretty much guess what they'll do. Before that, you're making assumptions based on past dates. And that's why if you've had a run of really bad dates or untrustworthy men in your life or women, you're going to make the wrong reaction, the wrong choice with the minute your partner does something that would fit into that pattern. It's because you don't really know them yet.
Wow.
So if it
6
were
to 12.
me in the dating
That's a
world
long
right
time.
now, I'd wait 6 months before I had sex. I would have intimacy, but I would not have sex. 6 months is a long time, but if I really like the person, then remember, I'm going for it to last.
Okay.
That means I'm going to build it on
Right.
the emotional intimacy.
I mean, because kissing leads to other things, but you
Yeah.
have to have that
You need
willpower.
that. I need to know that anybody I would date would have that character to say, okay, wait, we are important, and this is something that's important to you.
Mary Jo, they're loving your answers.
Oh, great.
But will
Well,
they use them?
You guys probably don't.
How often
Because
should
I
you have-
tell you guys, I really.
Then somebody asks, how often should you have sex with your boyfriend? You should have sex with your boyfriend. This is Truckcast. Truckcast, what is it? Truckcast advice, not Mary Jo.
Yeah.
You should have sex with your boyfriend.
Well, you know what? There is no standard, so there is no global number that I could tell.
Oh
you
my
to.
goodness!
All the
Okay.
time.
But
Right.
yeah,
Keep
I
them
can't
around.
answer that.
You can't, because you don't.
Yeah, there's really no answer to that.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
I think I don't know what boundaries, if any,
Mm-hmm.
should be established in a relationship.
Boundaries.
I think a lot of boundaries should be established, but most of them should be keeping other people out of it. I think when you have a problem with your partner, you should talk to them. You should not talk to your parents about it. You should not talk to your friends about it. Friends notoriously give bad advice. And the reason I say this is if your partner upsets you and you go and talk to your girlfriends or your guy friends, they're going to side with you and say, you're right, he's a creep, or he's a cheater, and you know what? It's then when you get back with them, you're going to remember what your friend said about him, and it's going to make the whole thing really
Yeah, they're loving what you're saying.
Right.
Keep the boundary, keep you two in a circle.
Okay. That I mean, when I try to give advice, it works. Cause I end up talking to both of them.
Right. Well, that's
I end up talking to the girl and the guy.
Right.
I just don't talk to. It's not just one sided when I
Right.
give the.
I
give
think
advice.
you give okay advice, but the advice you gave me the other day, well, I think it was terrible. But at that
Cause
time,
I told you to eat some chicken.
but it was fried.
Sorry, Mary Jo.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
okay.
personal. Yeah, excuse
That's
us.
okay.
You got excuses.
I think probably you guys do give good advice. I think you're good listeners, and you have to be able to listen to give.
Oh,
But
Mary Jo, I'm gonna
nobody
tell you
can
this.
really ever give you advice. Shrinks. I don't give advice
Right.
either. I basically help you see things about yourself that
in a different way.
yeah, so you can act.
I've
in a
been
better
told,
direction.
Mary Jo, that I am mentally healthy. Like I was told that by somebody,
That's dope.
and like it kind of intrigued me. Like, what did she mean? She said like you're mentally healthy, like you're able to express yourself, and you're able to take criticism, and like that makes you mentally healthy. And I think and I think also because like that person, they had like issues as a childhood and through past relationships. It's like because you never really had those type of issues, you're mentally healthy.
Maybe she meant you were emotionally together. Like emotionally, you knew how to connect and how to express yourself. Those are big deals. But mental illness is something completely
Okay.
different.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Emotionally.
Yeah.
Healthy.
She really meant to say you had really you were emotionally healthy and could express yourself well. And that's a big deal because a lot of guys can't.
At all.
At
No,
all.
I ain't for that.
They see emotions
yourself,
as
right?
weakness. A lot
Yeah.
of guys. Or they align it more with women. But
Right.
it's not women or men. Both. I want both genders to be able to be emotionally healthy.
Remember the song? You remember the group H-Town? Emotions make you cry sometimes.
No, but
We
do
don't
a really
own the
good
right.
job. You do a really good job. I don't know that song. It makes me want to hear that.
She said you do a really good job.
You do an awesome job.
He can really sing, Mary Jo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
can see
He can
that.
really sing. He wouldn't sing a lick if I asked him to, though.
You know what? We talked about deal breakers. What is a deal maker?
A deal maker? There is no deal maker.
What?
There can be a last straw that you go, okay, he or she is the perfect package. But most of the time, what makes people compatible are their values.
Okay. Yeah.
So not their interests. People always go, we have nothing in common. I don't care. That's not going to be anything.
Right.
But
Wow.
that'll make your relationship more exciting.
Yeah.
Especially if you share
I got something
that.
to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Right.
something
So-
to maybe talk about. But you have to share values. Like, let's say one person really has a value like, I want to build a family, and I really, kids are really important.
Right.
Okay, you got to find another person that feels that way.
Right.
Let's say somebody says, my faith is really important to me. Okay, that's a value. Let's say somebody says, I'm a Democrat. I want to feed the hungry and the poor. I basically do, Christ's work. Like I always want to be a server. Well, that person's not going to be able to be married to somebody who says everybody's for themselves. Well, too bad you weren't born into a good family. Figure it out. There's resources for that, which is what happens. Well, that's a value. That's an important value.
Definitely.
Got a question.
Go ahead.
V asked, she's an avid watcher.
What up, V?
What up, V? She said, do you feel like women are getting too far away from feminine flow? Meaning like the man leading.
You know what? I love that question because I think what's happened is women have felt so suppressed by men, and like we want the same pay. That's important. For the same job, you ought to get the same pay. And for women, just being able to excel in their career, how do they have kids and then do this too? So what women have done is, you know what? I'm going to become more like a guy. If I'm more like a guy and assert myself. But ladies, we're not men. In fact, I don't want to be a guy. One of the strongest powers women have is our femininity. If you think about it, things that are feminine are water. Water flows. It can destroy, it can wear down rocks. It can, destroy cities with floods. Being feminine is enough power. Now, yes, we should have equal rights at work. We should have better daycare. Men should share chores and things like that more. But I'm not wired to be a man, and no woman out there is. And we should never say, well, I can be the guy, I can be the mom and the dad. Because you know what? We can't be. Some women are single moms, but they usually find that their child needs a male mentor who will mentor for them what a loving, healthy man looks like. And, I do really love that question because it's important. And I don't want women to stop being women.
I think with the times that a lot of women are taking a lot of male roles.
Right.
Like they are CEOs, they're presidents of.
They're everything.
They're everything.
But see, I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely, I do.
It-
but like, is that like taking away from the feminine flag?
No, I think what it is more is when women try to act macho or, actually degrade men.
I don't need a man.
Yeah, put them down. Okay. Or if they're married, say, I have 3 kids. I have to include him. I think that's degrading to men.
Wow.
And I don't like it. I want to build my man up. I want him to build me up and support me. I want it to be...
That's what I'm talking about.
I want it to be a real equal partnership, We share chores. We share everything because we are building a life together.
How much you charge again?
It's a lot.
That's like, I'm gonna get.
Yeah, it's a lot. You guys are really giving these listeners a really good
Mary Jo. You wanna date me? You wanna date me? You gotta go see Mary Jo.
I think we should talk about finances. How soon is too soon to talk about finances in a relationship, or it should just come up automatically?
Should finances be?
I think if you're going to be serious about this person, it should be one of the things you put on your list.
Okay.
So how soon depends on how soon you guys become really serious.
Okay.
But I think once you're being monogamous and you're starting to see this person in your life,
Right.
it's important that you share that information.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Because finances is the number 2 reason for divorce, and
What's the number
and
one?
communication,
No.
inability to communicate together.
Inability to communicate together. That's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. You guys have to tell me when we're running out of time because
we-
in for.
You want to put a plug? We got 50. Got another 9 minutes.
Okay.
Is that good?
This is fast.
Yeah.
So this is fast.
Yeah,
Let's
this was
go.
fast. This was,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about this. You had anything? Does anybody have anything?
We have some. How do you feel? How do you handle being with a mate who is still attached to his ex's kids, not his biological kids?
What?
Oh wow! So his new kids, his biological kids, he's closer to his ex's
Kids, like I
Kids.
guess she's dating a guy, and he's still close with his ex's kids.
Well, I think, I mean, if you're sharing families, if, in other words, if the stepkids know about your new family and they're close, then I could see that as a positive thing. Mostly, I'm worried though, if it's just the kids, that's one thing, but if he's still attached to the ex, that's another
That's what I'm
problem.
thinking. I'm thinking if
Yeah, that he's doing it
Yeah.
more because of the ex.
more because of the ex.
Yeah.
'cause, like, I don't know. Every guy's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can't you also do you have to factor maybe the time he had with the exes? You think? Maybe,
Yeah,
Joe?
how old he was
Yeah.
and how long he'd been with
Right,
them
right.
and just how much he took over. It sounds like if he's attached to him,
Yeah.
he
Right.
took over and he does. And I will tell you the truth, I have seen more stepkids messed up because they lost a stepdad
Wow.
than you can imagine. So in a way, as a therapist, I want to commend the guy. I still want him to be attached to his biological kids, but I want to say, man, I really respect you. You're awesome. As long as he's giving equal attention. But it sounds like that's not equal.
Right.
So dating with children, that means something, or
Dating with children.
yeah, if you have children, does that like
I think that's
should you or shouldn't you or
well, you know, most of the experts will tell you it's not a good idea to date when you have kids because it can really cause problems in the date. I mean, with the new partner,
right?
but as well as for your kids. But I think it depends on the kids' ages. And once again, I go back to the relationship. Like if a couple has a really close relationship and he and her are both good with the kids, I make exceptions. Or I do a lot of that kind of counseling. The biggest cause of a marriage to divorce, a second marriage to divorce, is due to the kids. So that is a big deal.
That one, your one.
No, that wasn't me. What does it mean when you fall out of love? And just, I mean, no particular reason.
Yeah.
You just up and leave. Not like, well, maybe like a Dear John. Remember the show?
Yeah, like a ghoster. Yeah. You have a good voice.
I told you he
My
can sing,
God,
Mary Jo.
you just
He can
sing
really
on
sing, Mary Jo. He can really sing.
You know, a lot of people get confused. They say they fell out of love, but they really just fell out of lust. And they can restore that.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have confused lust with love. And the two are very different.
Right.
Lust is temporary.
Yeah.
Basically, at most, lust will last 18 months. And then usually after that,
I've heard somebody else said that.
Right.
love has to either start taking effect or and when
I
you
think
know
so.
you know you're in love by your actions,
Right.
not words.
your actions. Your
Yeah.
actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So, like, what actions
You
would
should-
show
you should listen
that
to
you
them.
love somebody? Like, what actions?
Like
if,
little things.
for a woman that doesn't express herself, what actions should a man see that shows that she's in love? Like, what actions?
She will go the extra mile for him. She'll do things that sacrifice her time and her interests for him. And she will, like, she's just becomes more giving, more able to tell you the truth, more connected, and tries to always have your interests, your best interests at heart. That doesn't mean she's going to give you your way, but it means when you feel supported, like, okay, this woman really does care about me. She's not into my money. She's not into my job. She's not into how I look. She's into me. She desires and loves me.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, that's very possible. That's true love.
Your words, the way you speak, it just come out like a
Yeah,
massage on
you
the
come-
body.
Oh, well, that's good.
Like she like
Wow,
she,
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah, like,
What a
it does.
you do a good job of expressing yourself. I see
Last
that.
question.
Yeah.
What are some tools to build a healthy relationship in 2019? What are some good tools to build a healthy relationship in 2019?
I think I would start with, if you're going to start dating someone, to basically get it in your head that you're going to date with an intention.
Intentional
Okay.
instead of recreational.
Yes. And with sex, I would hold off. I would try to build a really strong foundation with a friendship and establishing trust. I would become as transparent as I could. In other words, I would tell myself, the less you hide, the more you show it, all your cards on the table, she or he will reject it or not, but at least you'll know your end was honest.
Right.
Because I think people forget that their integrity, their reputation should not be dependent upon how they're treated.
Right.
So if I say to someone, I love you, and then I hold back because I'm waiting for them to show me they love me, that is not a healthy relationship.
At all.
At all.
So
And that happens all the time.
So
People are looking for tit for tat. Well, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. Because then I'll know. They want equality. A true love relationship, a good relationship, is not equality that way. It's being true to your character. Having the integrity to say, he may use me, I may fall, he may take advantage of me, but I will love with integrity.
Gotcha.
It's a big deal.
So, like, you saying, like, maybe on the first date, like, not really the first date, but like what, like the first couple outings, or after y'all become what?
No, bites. I was just
Bites.
saying
At the first couple of bites,
Yeah.
dates, you lay all your cards on the table? Isn't that too heavy on a person?
That's
Yeah,
too heavy.
I mean, when I'm saying my cards, I'm saying my cards for that night. In other words, if I'm going to try and hide something, let's say I got a big secret. Well, first of all, I'm not ever going to be able to really date healthy because I've got to get clear about who I am. But whoever I am, I should not be afraid to share my faults, because if I like this person or not, it's not the question. It's, do I like myself, and am I comfortable within who I am? And if I'm not, I shouldn't be dating.
There it is.
Because the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself.
With
If you're
yourself.
lying to yourself, how in the world are you going to have a healthy relationship?
Pass the collection plate around.
Mary Jo over here dropping bombs, man.
Dropping bombs. Thank you
That's a
so
good thing,
much,
Mary
Mary
Jo.
Jo.
Thank you, guys.
Mary Jo, psychotherapist Mary Jo Rapini.
Thanks, you guys.
Fox
I'm on
26.
Fox 26
Yeah, put
Mondays
your
and
info out there.
Thursdays. And I have a website.
You said Monday and Thursdays?
Monday and Thursday mornings in the 9 a.m. And I have a website, MaryJoRapini.com. You can contact me through that. You can download and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Reaction Reset. I take problems and I explain how they're formed psychologically and then how you can change your reaction so that you can change your life for the better. I also have homework on that page. It's as cheap as I can make it. It's $1.99 per assignment, and you can fill it out, and then you can comment about it and get help, sort of, online through the YouTube channel. I answer every comment I get.
You finance?
Huh?
You do layaway?
No, I don't do any of that. I'm a cash base only.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
understand.
you gotta do it that way.
I'm about to bring you out for some more tacos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
That's what it's gonna take in the new year.
Mary Jo, thank you so much for taking your time.
Thanks, you guys.
Enjoy
I loved helping you out.
How you feel, man?
I need counseling.
Well, you know, we gonna 2019 is going. It's going down.
DB.
Yeah. Great friends. We love you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we love you guys.
See what I'm saying? Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody in YouTube, everybody in Facebook, make sure you follow us on IG, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Snapchat. And make sure you continue to send those truck questions.
Share the show.
Share the show, definitely. Send those truck questions to truckcast2018@gmail.com. Truckcast2018@gmail.com. I think we did our thing, man.
Yeah, we did our thing. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. YouTube land, thank you guys. Facebook land, thank you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday with another. No, we will be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back, guys.
Hey, it's your main man, Humvee.
It's your boy DB.
Peace.
We'll holler at y'all.